Hey, you're tuned to Jazz Haven, broadcasting live from studios in downtown New Haven, Connecticut at WNHH 103.5 FM and on the web at newhavenindependent.org and at WETFLP, the jazz station, South Bend, Indiana, streaming at Jazz Radio WETF.org. You got Stan the Man with the jazz.
We have a special request from a man whose name is Charles Puzo. Charlie Puzo, you know what I mean? That is a young Connecticut lad who has made a name for himself in the great Northwest. That's right. Mr. Charlie, he's known in some quarters. Depends upon what quarter you're in. This one is for one of our new compositions, one written by Cannonball Adderley. This is called The Sticks. The Sticks.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A screen door slapping somewhere on a side porch. A sleepy morning, we're out in the boondocks. Stories of Ethan told on the red clay. Yeah, right, that's where we came from to begin with. And where we're going when time comes for splitting. Sounds of Ethan dug on the red clay.
Something you dug every day on the red clay.
Always grooving. Morning, midnight, sleep tight. Yes, someone's playing something like step. The happy faces look out of the windows. Oh, something good in the red clay. Waiting for the papers in the evening. You watch the roses climb out of the earth beds. Life's been living in the red clay.
Life on red
Oh, smoothing out my baby when she's tired out. I tell her fun things and watch her start smiling. Nobody being sad on my red clay. No, 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 no.
Stay on my red clay.
Your move, my move, check me. Hey, he moves, they move, dig me. Reckless sister, was a live song. So what you do when you're sitting and grooving? All you like to do on the red clay. Ready, all right.
That's the Royal Bobsters from their 2015 recording, The Royal Bobsters Project. And we heard On the Red Clay, Freddie Hubbard composition with Mark Murphy's lyrics. And featured on that tune was Mark Murphy, the late, great Mark Murphy. The Royal Bobsters are Amy London, Holly Ross, Darman Meter, and Dylan Promick. And we started off Jazz Haven with Cannonball Adderley in Seattle from 1966 recording Swinging in Seattle, live at the Penthouse, 1966, 1967. And you heard him playing a tune called Sticks, or The Sticks, as requested by Charlie Puzo, who was then, in the 60s, the owner of the Penthouse Jazz Club in Seattle, Washington. Connecticut resident Charlie Puzo. Coming up on Jazz Haven today, we've got an Italian translation for summer, new music from a horn player who has changed his instruments, and the Jazz Calendar CD release celebration. But first, here's the #1 jazz recording in the USA for the 3rd week in a row. It's building up the suspense here. It's senior citizen drummer Louis Hayes.
Estate, you bathe me in the glow of your caresses. You turn my timid no to eager yeses. You sweep away my sorrow with your sigh. Estate, oh how your golden sunlight bends the willow. Your blossoms send the perfume to my pillow. Oh, who could know you half as well as I always feel you near me. In every song the morning breeze composes, in all the tender wonder of the roses. Each time a setting sun smiles on the sea. And when you sleep beneath a snowy cover, I'll keep you in my heart just like a lover, and wait until you come again to me. timid no to eager yeses. You sweep away my sorrow with your sigh. Yesterday, oh, how your golden sunlight bends the willow. Your blossoms send the perfume to my pillow. Oh, who could know you half as well as I always feel you near me. In every song the morning breeze composes. In all your tender wonder of roses. Each time a setting sun smiles on the sea. It started when you sleep beneath a snowy cover. I'll keep you in my heart just like a lover, and wait until you come again to me. It started It started It started
That's bassist Buster Williams from his latest release on Smoke Sessions called Unalome. And we heard Gene Baylor there with the vocal, Bruce Williams on the saxophone, Stefan Harris vibes, George Colligan on the piano, and Lenny White on the drums. And we began that set with the number one recording, the number one jazz recording in the USA. Drummer Louis Hayes from his release called Exactly Right on Savant record label. The tune we heard was Carmine's Bridge, a David Hazeltine composition, and Hazeltine was there on piano with Abraham Burton on the saxophone, Steve Nelson vibes, and Connecticut's Desron Douglas on the bass. Speaking of bass, the Jazz Haven Jazz Calendar is a quick rundown of some of the jazz in the area this week. It's Wednesday, and each and every Wednesday at the Owl Shop in downtown New Haven, it's the Kevin St. James Quintet from 9 until midnight. And there's no cover. NMCC, no music cover charge. On Friday, June 30th, join jazz historian and curator Frank Cochran at the Institute Library in downtown New Haven, beginning at 5 p.m. It's bring your own munchies and drink to share and gain a unique listening experience. It's free and open to the public. Donations to deter expenses are accepted. Featured this week, Connecticut's internationally renowned band, the Afro-Semitic Experience. And this week up at Connecticut's premier jazz spot, the Side Door Jazz Club at the Old Lime Inn, it's the Mimi Fox Organ Trio for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And it's also a CD release celebration for her CD, One for Wes. honoring the 100th anniversary of the birth of Wes Montgomery. Performances begin at 8:30, and the organ trio features Brian Ho on the Hammond B3 organ, Lorca Hart on the drums. And Lorca Hart is the son of renowned drummer Billy Hart. On Saturday, July 1st, it's that historic jazz jam at Cafe 9, downtown New Haven, from 4 to 7 p.m. All musicians are welcome to sit in after the first set. And Sunday, July 2nd, for that great jazz brunch, head to the Lobster Shack in East Haven from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for great food and great jazz. This Sunday, it's bassist Jeff Fuller and guitarist Joe Carter, NMCC. And winding up that this holiday, extended holiday weekend, Monday, July 3rd, and each Monday in July, it's Pat Todd's Tuxedo Junction, playing danceable music and featuring bassist Jeff Fuller at the VFW Hall, Guilford. Free and open to the public, NMCC. That concludes the jazz calendar. Go to jazzhaven.org for the complete calendar, details, tickets, that kind of thing, and updates. And check out some jazz this holiday weekend. It's America's only original art form. It's your patriotic duty. And again, this weekend at the side door, the Mimi Fox Organ Trio. Here's Mimi Fox with Brian Ho and Lorca Hart. Moanin'.
They've been spending most their lives living in pastime paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in a pastime paradise. They've been wasting most their time glorifying days long gone behind. They've been wasting most their days in remembrance of ignorance on disgrace. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Dissipation, race relations, consolation, segregation, dispensation, isolation, exploitation, mutilation, mutations, miscreation, confirmation to the evils of the world. They've been spending most their lives living in the future paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in the future paradise. They've been looking in their minds for the day that sorrow's lost from time. They keep telling of a day when the Savior of love will come to say, proclamation of race relation, consolation, integration, verification of revelations, acclamation, world salvation, vibration, stimulation, confirmation to peace of the world. They've been spending most their lives living in a pastime paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in a pastime paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. They've been spending most their lives living in a future paradise. We've been spending too much of our lives living in a pastime paradise. And let's start living our lives, living for the future paradise. Praise to our lives, living for the future paradise. And shame to anyone's lives living in the pastime paradise. Oh,
That's Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise, sung there by vocalist David Daughtry. And it's off a new release from pianist Eric Reed called Black, Brown, and Blue. And that's on Smoke Sessions. And we started that set with the Mamie Fox organ trio, Brian Ho on the Hammond B3 organ, Lorca Hart drums, Mamie Fox on guitar. And we heard Bobby Timmons' composition, Moanin', off a release called One for West, and that's on the Origin label, brand new. And that band will be performing at the Side Door Jazz Club at the Old Lime Inn this weekend, 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And you're tuned to Jazz Haven here, turning you on to that midweek jazz break just when you need it. All day and all night on WETFLP, the jazz station out of South Bend, Indiana, streaming at jazzradio.org. And WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio, 103.5 FM, streaming at newhavenindependent.org. And that beautiful tune was from Eric Alexander, a tenor saxophonist turned alto saxophonist. On this release, brand new, A New Beginning, alto sax with strings. And that's on the High Note label. Eric Alexander with Sammy Kahn, Jimmy Van Heusen composition called All My Tomorrows. He has David Hazeltine on piano, John Weber on the bass, and Joe Farnsworth on the drums. And that's on the High Note label. It's Jazz Haven here, your summer connection for jazz. And we want to thank you for tuning in to Jazz Haven, broadcasting live from studios in beautiful downtown New Haven, Connecticut, streaming at newhavenindependent.org, and the jazz station WETFLP, South Bend, Indiana, streaming at Jazz Radio WETF.org. And your host here has been Stan, the man, and we hope you've enjoyed the music. We've had a great time playing it for you, and we look forward to the next time when we'll see you on the radio. Taking us home is brand new release from the all-female band Artemis, and that includes Renee Rosnes, the leader of the band, on piano, Alexa Tarantino from West Hartford on alto and soprano saxophones, Nicole Glover tenor sax, Ingrid Jensen on the trumpet, and Noriko Ueda on bass, and Allison Miller on the drums. Name of the release is In Real Time. It's on the Blue Note label, and this is Noriko Ueda's composition, Lights Away from Home.
are 19% of